YouTube takes further action against fake movie trailer channels after a deadline investigation. This is really, really, really interesting. Okay. How many of you have been, you know, anxiously awaiting a movie to be coming out or anxiously awaiting for a trailer to drop for a movie? And you just go on YouTube or you're scrolling through social media and you see somebody share or you see a thumbnail for official trailer for this movie and you're like, "Oh, it's out," and you click on it and at first you're buying into it, you're like, "Oh man, this looks great," and then you're watching it and you're watching, you're like, "This just looks like clips from older movies or other movies. I don't think this is from the upcoming movie at all." Well, YouTube is pretty much trying to put an end to that. So, according to Deadline, YouTube has further cracked down on fake movie trailer channels. The video giant has suspended ad revenue on Screen Trailers and Royal Trailer, two alternative accounts run by creators behind Screen Culture and KH Studio. YouTube's decision to suspend the channels from its partner program follows a Deadline investigation that chronicled the scale and sophistication of fake movie trailers. Screen Culture and Cage Studio were suspended in March. They are two of the most prolific purveyors of concept trailers, which rely heavily on AI to drive engagement and, in some cases, fool users into believing the videos are authentic. Screen Culture and Cage Studios were approached for comment. In a statement, YouTube said, our enforcement decisions include suspensions from YouTube Partner Program apply to all channels that may be owned or operated by the impacted creator. Screen Culture has 1.4 million subscribers, while its alt account Screen Trailers has 33,000 followers. KH Studios has 724,000 subs, while Royal Trailer boasts 153,000 followers. YouTube's monetization policies state that if creators are borrowing material from others, you need to change it significantly to make it your own. It adds that videos must not be duplicative or repetitive and should not be made for the sole purpose of getting views. Now, what's really interesting here, like I just said, I know that there's people out there who love to do like fan made trailers, okay, and they love to take their favorite movies and get hyped for a sequel that's coming out, put their own music in the background, get amped up for a movie that's coming out. I know a number of people who did that when Zack Snyder's Justice League was on the horizon, and people were just getting pumped up and they were making their own trailers and doing their own edits and things like that. But the big difference between what they were doing and what like these companies were doing is they were specifically putting fan made, whether it was in the beginning, at the end, during the trailer, or on the title or in the thumbnail. They made sure to highlight that it was a fan made trailer. And a lot of times they were not putting it for monetization use as well. These companies were looking to get monetized. They weren't putting fan made. They were putting official trailer on the thumbnail and the title, things like that. And it confuses people. And that's where they say here specifically, and should not be made for the sole purpose of getting views. Look, we all make YouTube videos to get views. I mean, that's the purpose of going on YouTube, is to make content so people watch our content and get views. But what they were doing was essentially to trick people into getting views. They weren't doing it to get it in a very honorable, respectful way. They were doing it in a way to trick people. Like, look, it's the official trailer for Superman, and it wasn't the Superman trailer at all. It wasn't even time for the trailer to drop yet. They were doing things like that, and that's why I think this is the type of stuff that YouTube should be doing. This is the type of stuff that YouTube should be looking at removing from their platform. They should not be attacking these smaller channels who are trying to get up and really make a name for themselves and doing good and having good conversation and making good content. No, they need to attack and go after these channels who are doing things like this. I mean, you see a thumbnail like this from Screen Culture, Thunderbolts Ultimate Trailer. First off, that's not even a scene from a movie or a trailer or anything. Like, what is that? I mean, that's the kind of thing that they do, and it's crazy. So to me, I think this is a really good move. I know a lot of people like to criticize YouTube for a lot of the changes and moves they make when they start taking action against creators. But in my opinion, this is a move that was really smart of them, really bold, and I think it really puts um, people on notice to realize, like, hey, we got to be careful on how we do this. Like, sure, do your fan trailers, do your fun things for the fans and get people hyped, but don't do it in a conniving way. Don't do it in a way that you're trying to trick people into thinking that it's a real trailer. Don't do it in a way that you're trying to trick people to thinking that you're Warner Brothers or you're Marvel or you're Disney putting out these trailers. And I think that's the best way to do it. But let me know your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear what you have to say about all this. Again, I think it's interesting, and I'm interested to see how far they take this as time goes on. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below.